Mr. Shankar, how are you?
Very good, Devi. How are you?
Mate, very, very well. Welcome to episode 4 of Warner's Corner. It's great to have
Thank
you.
you so much. I think I made it easy for you today.
Well, apparently Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal had a similar issue, and theirs went for about 40 minutes. It was actually quite funny. Obviously, you know very well that Kane doesn't use social media,
Yeah.
and trying to explain to him how to get onto a live conversation was very, very difficult. But mate,
Somehow you fall.
as I said, mate, welcome to Warner's Corner. Obviously, we're trying to uh, put some content out there for our fans. Obviously,
Yeah.
at the moment, we would be over there playing the IPL, but given the circumstances around the world, and as I always start this show, making sure that everyone's keeping safe, both in my country and your country, and doing their part to do their best, so we can actually all get back to normal. But
Yeah.
mate, what have you been up to back at home? Isolation's very difficult at the best of times, locked up in a hotel. But what's it like being at home, mate?
Initially it was very good. Initially it was like spending time with family and everything. But then after a few days, you start missing cricket, you start missing travel and all such things. And then you find a way to train, you find a way to keep ourselves fit.
Yep.
So that's the only thing I've been doing. Every morning some training, evening some training, just trying to keep myself fit.
And you're missing your best mate Basil.
Definitely.
I was going to say at this time we're probably dancing in the hotel room at this stage.
Yeah,
8:30 my time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
He loves that. He teaches me a lot.
He's a very, very good man. I hope he's watching. I know Siddharth is watching. Um,
Yeah.
but mate, just talk us through some stuff that you've been up to at home. Household activities. What have you mastered? Have you mastered anything during your lockdown? I'm on TikTok now. Have you seen that? Have you seen a couple of my dances?
Yeah. I've been following that, like all your dance moves and everything. Been outstanding.
Are you impressed?
Especially your kid. Oh, very much. I'm sure you'll get a lot of phone calls to, get into the Bollywood industry.
Well, look, I'm going to need some requests from some fans, and as Sid just come up there, I am on here, and I love you guys, love you too, Sid. Um, I need some Bollywood songs or something that people think that I can dance to. Me and my wife and my kids. Have you got any ideas? Has anyone out there got any ideas?
I'm sure you'll get a lot of ideas now. I'm sure you'll be getting a lot of songs.
There's too much rhythm though. I got no rhythm. I need something to work with. Something slow. Everything I
Something
see in Bollywood is very fast.
you will get for sure. Like I'm not much into Bollywood songs as well, but then I'll find some for you.
Okay,
You should do a lot.
I appreciate that. But
Especially
look,
I love the moves that you did with your kid.
they're the only songs that I know. Look, mate, now that you're at home, now Peter Siddle, he eats bananas like they're going out of fashion. I think Jack Russell used to drink like 20 teas a day. How many coffees do you have a day? I hear that you love your filter coffee. You're
I
almost an
love my
Australian.
filter coffee. I love coffee, bro. I love. But then nowadays I've reduced it a bit. Like when if it was IPL, I would have had at least 6 to 8 cups a day, easily.
A day?
A day, yeah, easy.
How do you settle? Doesn't it make you like twitchy?
No, I don't find it. People say you find it difficult to sleep and everything, but then I don't find it that difficult to go to sleep. I love coffee, so I just enjoy drinking it.
Well,
Nowadays, I've
that's
reduced it to like 3 cups a day
three
because
cups a day.
yeah, because
That's
I'm
good.
getting conscious about my fitness, and there's too much milk in it, and you
Yep.
don't run. Whatever training you do, like you need to keep running to keep yourself fit.
So I'm a fan of the South
So,
Indian tea.
sorry?
I love South Indian tea. Very nice.
Oh, Beautiful. I'm sure you would have tried everything.
Someone's put through here. Please dance to Chikni Chameli. Is that right? Does that sound
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
Naka Maka or
Oh,
Nakamuka?
yeah, that's very fast.
Oh Jesus. Okay, I'll have to try. Let's get into
Yeah.
some serious questions, mate. Who was your hero growing up? Obviously, there's a lot of Indian cricket players, a lot of world cricket players, but who did you look up to?
Yeah. Rahul Dravid.
The Wall.
Yeah.
You know, an interesting stat with the Wall. I think he's got bowled the most in the history of the game.
Doesn't matter.
But people call him the Wall.
But the amount
Work,
of
work.
the runs the runs he has scored is just unbelievable. I've become his big fan after the game in Adelaide, 2003 Adelaide Test,
Oh yes, definitely,
where he got 233 and 70 odd. So I think it was
definitely.
amazing.
He was seriously and he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet as well.
Yeah.
And what do you think the turning point of your career was, mate? I asked Kane a good question last night, and I asked Booby a similar question. Given that you're in India, there's a billion people in India. Did was there a turning point in your career where
Yeah.
you got to a position where you were able to make it to the next level? And like with injuries and stuff, do you feel pressure when you're coming back that your spot might be taken?
Yeah, that is always there because I've missed a lot of games because of my injuries. But then two innings I would definitely point it out. One is the domestic game, the Ranji Trophy game where I played against Mumbai and I got a 95. That would have been my last game for Tamil Nadu, the state that I play for, if not for that 95. And the next important innings was the one that I played with you against Gujarat Lions.
Yep.
I remember Uripa was not fit, and I batted number four that innings. That was the second game that I played in for Sunrisers, and then I got 63 not out in that game, which changed things after that. So that was a very important innings for me.
That was a very difficult wicket to bat on as well.
Yeah,
It wasn't easy at all. Who's your
and
biggest critic at home?
biggest critic, my dad.
Is he hard on you?
Yeah, he's always hard on me. He's like, even if I get 70, 80, and if I get out, he's like, why did you get this stuff come not out of this situation? Or stuff, try to get 100. That is
That's
always
like
there.
that's like my mum. My mum's like that. Son, why don't you get 100 today? Well, it's not that easy.
Yeah. That is always, when you play a match and when you go back home, you know that is coming.
Mate, obviously we're in isolation, but I hear that you have an indoor net on your terrace. Is that true? Are you playing cricket these days on
Yeah.
your roof?
No, I'm not playing because I don't want to call someone home to, because it's very hard for them to travel. They come here, help me out. It's very difficult. So all I'm doing is just standing in front of the mirror, doing some shadow practice.
Ah, you're like Khalil. You're looking at yourself.
Oh, no, 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 not for that.
How do you how did you deal with is it Nidahas Trophy final?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
what
yeah,
happened
yeah,
what
yeah.
happened there? Tell me a bit about that.
So that was the finals, and when I walked in, we were like chasing 5 overs, 50 runs or something, and then I batted 19 balls for 17. Like
Jesus.
I had missed 4 balls continuous, 3 balls continuously of fizz. So
Yeah.
I was trying to go covers and I was getting beaten like 3 continuous balls. So and then last over we needed 12 runs. I got a boundary and then I got out. So the whole world was behind me after that innings, and it was my first innings in international career. So everything
Yeah.
was like, I don't know, because whether it was because of pressure or something. I was like, the next few days was nightmare. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't. it was very difficult. I was struggling to, come out of it, and I was struggling to find things which can make me feel good.
Yep.
Then somehow came out of it, worked on my training, my fitness, then my cricket, so everything changed. I'm sure everyone would have gone through a phase where,
Everyone.
yeah, we would have found it difficult to do something in the game, and then that might, play in your mind all the time.
Yeah, just
Is there any innings where you went through such thing, like
I think
not able to
for
do?
well, interesting you say that. My first Test 100, it was in Tasmania against New Zealand. I batted through the whole innings, and we kept on losing wickets and wickets and wickets. But we came to the last wicket. It was me and Nathan Lyon. We needed 43 or 44 off. We still had the rest of the day to go, but it was just me and him left. We got down to 7 runs, and I'd taken a single with 2 balls to go in the over, and then Nathan Lyon gets out, and then I'm thinking they're going, should I have taken that single? And it's always in the back of your mind going, should I, would
Yeah,
have, could have, it's one of those things, and when it's early on in your career as well, it's very difficult to get it out of your head. That's for sure.
yeah, it was very difficult for me.
And there's a question here. What have you learnt from Kane? I'll say Kane. They've asked about me as well, but it's helped.
Yeah, I can actually tell both. I learned a lot because of, no, seriously, the 2016 season was my first year with Sunrisers Hyderabad, and then all I was looking up to was what you guys do to, be at your best, especially in a tournament like IPL where you need to be at your best almost for a complete 2 months. So you don't have enough break, you don't practice that much. So all I was seeing is how do you guys prepare yourself for that? And then
Yeah,
I saw you preparing before the start of the season when we had that camp. You were like, using a center wicket. You used to hit the ball, run twos. You need to play like literally. You used to practice like a match. So that was a learning for me. And then from Kane, uh, towards the end of that season, where we almost, where we, after the qualifying and all, we used to practice separately. He wasn't playing at that time. So towards the end of the season, he started working for his test cricket.
yeah, yeah,
So that
yeah.
was something different. Like, I've not seen someone else do that. Like, he knows there's a test series coming up immediately after the IPL. So towards the end, he started working for his test matches. He went, he got runs, and you know, this is what
That
is preparation. So this is what I learned.
that's the thing that I found beneficial from being from overseas is coming to India. If even if you're playing or you're not playing, practicing in the nets over there can benefit you tenfold with playing against spin. The wickets are worn and tied by the end of the IPL. As you said, I always try and practice out in the centre because I like to practice my running between wickets. Even during test matches, I do the same thing. I go out and I try and practice in a centre wicket, not on the actual main ground, but a centre wicket that we have at practice, just to get the
Yeah,
gauge of, trying to pinch ones, the quick singles, pinching twos. You need to practice these things, and you can do that in the nets as well. Just you have to have an intent about your net and a purpose. And if you can
and
have that, you train better.
yeah, and what the interesting thing that I realized at that point was like during a game when you run a couple of twos and then you need to get back your breathing and then you need to play the next ball at your best. So
Yeah,
sometimes
you need
when
to
you run
practice. Yeah,
hard, you might, yeah, it's a practice. So yeah, that was
and
a good learning for me.
there's always been questions around how are you so fit when you come back and when you're running between wickets. I always say you run 10 meters past, and then you get that little breather when you walk back, because those little moments there, you need to
Yeah,
you need to regain your breath, because if you run two or
true.
three twos in a row, it's tiring. It's very difficult.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, and tell the fans out there about the 50th over you bowled in Nagpur against Australia. You
No,
happy
that
to
was a
send
very
11 runs in the
special.
final?
Yeah, that was a very special game for me because I batted well, and then I was expecting to bowl the 50th over. I
Big
know
puppy.
either
Saw
me
him.
or sorry, yeah, either me or Kedar should have bowled that. So I know I was having a feel that I'm going to bowl the last over, and then Boomer actually came and told me before I started that over. He told me it's reversing a bit. Try and hit the hard lens. So then I thought, okay, he made things really simple at that time because he's actually one of the best bowlers in the death. And when he comes and tells me that
He
just
is.
hit the hard lens, when someone like him comes and tells you like just hit the hard lens, it's not easy to score. I just tried to execute that and was happy that I was able to pull things back.
That's mate. It was outstanding, and I actually watched a highlight the other day about it. It was actually tremendous. But getting the insight from a world class bowler like Jasprit, like that, just must give you some confidence in yourself, and that
Yeah,
you take knowledge away from that, and you can actually give that knowledge down to the next person as well.
100%.
Talk us through about the first ball, first wicket at the World Cup against Pakistan.
So it was something unexpected. Like it was the fifth over or sixth over of the game. Bhuvi got injured, and then Hardik was actually supposed to bowl. So I was standing at point, and then suddenly something happened, and they said, "Okay, it's just the last two balls of the over. You come and bowl." And then the first ball got wicket, and then the thing was why it turned out to be so big because of the India Pakistan game. And crowd was like unbelievable.
It was crazy. I could even when you're watching it on TV, the noise is crazy,
Crazy.
and
Yeah.
it's hard to describe people back here in Australia what it's like in the IPL when we're playing IPL. If you play Hyderabad, like it's crazy good.
Yeah.
But you go to somewhere like Bangalore because it's enclosed and like it's like literally it's like you have headphones on. It's constant noise. You can't hear anyone talk when you're
Yeah.
out there. It's mental, but it's absolutely awesome. That's what I love about the IPL. Now, not many players, mate, especially overseas players, get to make their debut at the MCG. Did you feel any pressure or any nerves?
A
Like
lot.
it's like
A
it is the
lot.
Colosseum of Australia.
A lot. Like I never thought I would get drained out after the first two, 3 overs. I was literally gasping like uh, I didn't know like the moment I entered the ground it was unbelievable and then I think I bowled 6 overs in that game and 4 overs in the first spell. So when I bowled that 4 overs, after the second over I was like feeling like as if I bowled like 8, 9 overs. I was getting such feel. I think it is because of the nerves. And to see that stadium it was massive. I've seen that on TV, but then to make my debut there was something special.
Yeah, it's definitely a place to visit if people love cricket, love watching cricket, and hopefully at the end of the year, you guys are coming out to play
Yeah,
that Test series, and hopefully we have a World Cup. But obviously we've got to do our bit to flatten this curve of this coronavirus. But I don't think many people would. And I asked this to Booby the other day. Not many people know that you used to bowl spin. Now, coming from India and being in the subcontinent, why would you want to bowl pace?
because I was not able to get into my domestic team here. I used to get like I was getting 1,000 runs in the league here. I was the highest run getter, but still I was not able to get into the domestic side. So I thought I should do something different to get into the side. So then I started bowling medium pace, and then things just turned from there.
All right, mate. Enough of that. Enough of the serious talk. Let's get on to some other questions. What's your favorite South Indian dish, and what dish would you like me to try next time we're there?
My favorite thing is dosa. I'm sure you would have tried that.
Yep.
And then when you come to
Nothing spicy.
Chennai,
Come on.
you should try this. You should. There is how do I explain that? It's a tamarind thing. We call it vatakorma. So you should try that. I will
Okay,
know next time when
veg,
you're in Chennai, I'll take you. Yeah,
veg or
vegetarian.
not vegetarian? Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Now,
Yeah.
what's one song we're making together for TikTok when we're back together?
You are the TikTok king, so you should say. Whatever you say, I'll do that.
We'll have to include Khalil and Basil.
This one. Oh, you were not there during this. Did you see
Now
him
we
doing
need.
this? The
Oh,
celebration?
we have to talk about lateness, right? So who do you think is always late to everything? I said Khalil the other night. He is the worst. If we have to leave at 9 o'clock, he'll walk on the bus at 9:15 and say, "Morning, morning, everyone," and we'll be like, "Khalil, like it's time to go." He doesn't care. Does not care. But
Well,
remember what I was saying to him. I said, "Would you be late if Virat was captain?"
what did he
And he
say?
does not have an answer because he knows he wouldn't be late.
But I remember in 2016, Hura and Barinder Saran. I'm sure you would remember this. Like every time,
Every day,
every
every day,
day.
without fail. I'd have to say
Yeah.
though, but um, who do you reckon in our squad is the most serious person? Like, just serious with everything.
I think it's you.
Me?
Yeah.
Come on, bud. I am usually like very like my face is very serious all the time, always.
Yeah, but
Maybe
then I don't know. No, I don't think anyone is that serious all the time.
if I'm saying focused, I'd have to say Siddharth.
Siddharth.
Focused
Yeah,
sometimes.
maybe.
Who do you?
But
This
you
is
don't
this
you
is.
don't sit at the back seat, so you might not know.
I don't sit at the back. I sit front and center. Who do we think's the biggest gym junkie? Rashid has to be Rashid.
Yeah, Russian for sure.
What about how many selfies he takes? It's
That's
all
no,
it's
it's
all
very
it's
difficult.
almost as much as Khalil.
Khalid is different because whenever we sit at the back seat, like we know what he's doing, and then he takes Kane for everything. He takes a selfie, and Kane is there in the back all the time.
I said to Kane, I'm gonna take sticky tape next time, and I'm gonna sticky tape the phone to his head. Now, we have to discuss a couple of the new guys into our squad. Which of the couple of new players do you reckon ones to look out for?
Definitely the guy from
Pragam,
who?
Pragam, and
Sanjay
Virat.
Yadav.
Yadav is one, and Virat.
Yeah, Virat Singh is he's really good. So these two, and the other guy from Jammu and Kashmir,
Yep.
he's also really good. He strikes the ball really well.
Now, if you could add one person to our squad that's retired, a retired cricket player, who would you bring into our squad? I'm saying Jacques Callis.
Oh yeah, I'm like my favorite all-rounder is Jack Callis.
And now, obviously, this segment's called Warner's Corner. Let's talk about VJ's corner at the ground.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
ball,
like
the ball just comes to you all the time there.
2016, the season, where we won. I think every game I fielded, all 17 games I fielded. I was a substitute, but still I fielded all 17 games. I remember, and then I took some
A lot
two,
of
three
catches
catches, and yeah, in that corner,
and
on the
and
left side
and
of
good ones
the yeah,
and
and
good ones.
also a couple of runouts I remember against Delhi.
That was a good one.
So
That was a very good one.
yeah, so I was like, I know when you're not playing, it's very important to contribute in some way. So I love fielding and I want to
Always.
contribute in some way. Yeah.
Always. Now I'm gonna quiz you a little bit here. I'm gonna see how clever you are. Who was your first 2020 wicket international?
Uh, Mushfiqur Rahim,
Yes, very good.
right?
Now,
Yeah.
I must admit, Bhuvi knew his entire stats. He knew everything.
That's very difficult for me.
Now,
That's talent.
do you know when you debuted your ODI debut?
Yeah. It was Jan 18, 2019, right?
Spot on. Now, what age did you make your first class debut, and against who did you make your first class debut?
My first class debut was against Vidarbha, and it was in,
How old were you?
I think I was 21.
You know everything.
This I know.
Now,
This is
what were your batting and bowling figures in your first class debut?
uh,
You were not out.
60. Yeah, 64 not out. 60. Yeah, I think so.
63.
Out of 63 not out. Yeah, and 2 for 54.
You did. How do you guys know those stats? And and when did you debut for us, and who against?
Um, it was against Mumbai Indians in Wankhede, but I don't remember the date.
2017, 12th of April. What's your highest score?
Yeah,
Well, you mentioned it before.
63 not out.
The
The big partnership that I had with you.
Exactly. Now, what would you be doing in this current in the current environment that we're normally in, playing the IPL? Tell us what you would be up to. What do you get up to when we're not doing anything? I know me and Kane are playing darts. I know you and Basil are probably doing each other's hair or something, trying to make yourselves look good and smell good.
No. We used to play a lot of TT there. TT,
Lot of
PlayStation.
A lot of table tennis.
Yeah.
Lots of
PlayStation.
table tennis.
Yeah,
Every time,
lots of table tennis, yeah.
every time I go to bed, I hear tock tock, tick tock, tock tock, tock tock.
Yeah,
All the
your room
time.
was right next to it, so it should be difficult for you.
But that's okay. But mate, we've got a couple of questions from some fans. Now,
Yeah.
these are from your friends, right? Now, you can try and guess who this is from.
Okay.
Now, how much Punjabi does Vijay actually know, and can he sing a Punjabi song live? And this person is tuning in right now. It's one of your teammates.
Siddharth? I sang one song in an interview, so
Oh, is that why he said something?
yeah,
So how much Punjabi do you know?
0.
None. Zero.
None.
Someone said on here, do you know any Telugu?
Telugu I can understand.
But you can't speak?
No, it's very hard.
Okay, now we hear you and Shreyas Iyer are best buddies. What do you do when you're chilling on tour?
We go out.
Filter
We go out
coffee?
and chill. That's it. No, we don't get like I can drink a lot of coffee. He don't. But then it's just the feel. Sometimes you'll feel comfortable with someone, so we just go out with them, sit for a while.
So I hear that you have some money because you keep buying a lot of stuff on Monopoly.
Me?
Do you play Monopoly?
No.
Are you sure?
No, yeah, 100%. It's
That's
just that
good.
the trade game that we play on the phone these days.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get you. Now, someone says his standard posing skills, always half of his eyes are closed in his selfies. What's the secret behind this?
I don't know. My eyes are like that, man. What can I do?
Mr. Bean used to put toothpicks in his eyes.
Yeah, I need to open it next time. Is it from? Do they have name on it? Like who has sent it?
That one they didn't have. Who was it from? It's one of your friends.
Because I know who that means.
Okay, now we've got some Facebook questions. One's from Ganesh Iyer. What is your favourite batting position for Sunrisers and for India?
For Sunrise is 3 or 4, and
Okay, I'll
for
keep that in mind.
India, yeah, and for India, definitely number 4. But then it's very hard to play number 4. So I've been playing everywhere for India. If you ask me, my favorite, I always love batting at 3. So,
Perfect.
but I don't get that.
This is from Pradeep Patanayak. Which moment is the most memorable moment in the IPL for you?
The game against Gujarat Lions, definitely. It was a
Yep,
very, very important innings in my career.
perfect. This is from Rizwan Khan. Who is your favourite Bollywood/Tollywood actor?
Hollywood. Tollywood, I can say. Vijay Devarkonda.
This is from this could be from any VJ. What is your biggest learning from 2016 season that you're part of the squad that won the IPL?
Biggest learning. I told earlier, like I learned a lot from
Yeah,
watching you, Kane, and even other cricketers. It was very like Bhuvi, someone like Bhuvi. He had a phenomenal IPL that year. So it's just
perfect.
about the work ethics and doing good things again and again every day.
And who's the laziest
No
person in our
competition.
squad?
Who's the
Laziest person? Khalil?
Basil Tampi?
Bas- Is he
Every time
watching?
you go, every time you go to his room, he'll be sleeping. And another person I can say is Manish Pandey. I don't know whether he's lazy, but what he does is every time you try reaching him, he will plan for something, and then you try reaching him. Either his phone will be switched off, and his room will be on D&D. See,
Always,
our man Srini has message saying Pandeyji.
always D&D.
Always.
What is your favorite holiday destination, if you have one?
I recently, like few months back, I went to Queenstown. Just loved it.
Amazing place, isn't it?
Beautiful place, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Um, okay, it says here, who's the toughest bowler that you have faced during practice in the nets?
Billy Stanley.
Ugh, yuck. No, no, thank you. No,
Every time he comes up with a quick bouncer in the nets, it's very hard to face that.
no, thank you. You can have that. You played for three different IPL teams, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Delhi. Now, what's the difference that you have found between the franchises? Obviously, you have MS at Chennai, and at Delhi. Who was captain of Delhi when you were there?
Initially, it was Gautam Gambhir and then Shreyas.
Yeah, so obviously you've played with some great talent and great people and good cricketers. Now, what have you found the differences between each franchise?
Uh, CSK, I actually didn't play much,
Yeah,
but CSK it was all about, you know, my big names like MS Dhoni was there, and then Suresh Raina, Mike Hussey, Dwayne Bravo. So it was like, all top players were there in the team, and it's very hard to get into that side. To break into that side was very hard.
the team
So
never ever changed. Like you guys had such a great team. Or Chennai
yeah,
in general have had a great team for ever since IPL started. Like it's been crazy,
yeah,
and they've managed to keep the pretty much the same players. And
cool,
I think it's a bit like Sunrisers. You keep a core family together,
yeah,
and you can structure everything around it.
yeah. So I see during CSK I didn't find much of difference because I didn't play. I just played one game. Otherwise, I didn't play much. Delhi and Saraj have played a lot. Like I played most of the games. So the difference was, in Delhi, Ricky Ponting was there. So I was looking up to him for everything, like to learn something from him. And with the franchisee, it was hard for me when they said, I know they have traded me to Sunrisers Hyderabad. because I had a pretty good season in Delhi. Like I was averaging 50 and I had a strike rate of 143 that season. And then when I heard that I'm coming back to Sunrise Hyderabad, even though I felt bad, in a way I felt really happy because when a team is taking me back, that shows the confidence that they had on me. So I was very happy to be back in Sunrisers, and Sunrisers is a franchisee where the players will get everything. So the franchisee will back the players, and it is very important for a player like for a player who has not made his mark for him to get few games initially, and whenever someone plays, they'll definitely.
It's good you say that because KL Rahul had the same thing. He got let go from Sunrisers and then had a great season for Bangalore, and played out of his skin. And then he moved on and went to Kings 11. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what happens in that situation is that you gain exposure, you get different environment, and then people relate to it, and then you get an opportunity. And because if you're not playing at a franchise, it's very difficult, isn't it? Like you can't. I remember when I first started, you're sitting on the bench, you want to participate.
It's very hard.
But you've got 9 overseas players on the bench in the team, 4 playing. So there's 5 people sitting there that are, and same as the Indian guys that aren't participating. You can play in it. You'll probably make another team. So to get that opportunity is amazing.
Yeah, it's very important for a player to play few games continuously. It's not that you play, you miss out, and then you play. It's very hard for a player in that sense. But then if you're playing 2-3 games in a row, and if you have got your opportunity and still you have not done well, then it's fine. Whatever, like you sit out, and that is totally fine. But then I think I had the thing of after the first game, and as I said earlier, the game against Gujarat Lions, which was very, very important. So when I did well, and things changed after that, the perception completely changed. So which was very important.
Yeah, no, exactly. And the one last question was, what's your favorite ground in India? Obviously, there's a lot of them. A lot. You don't have to. Chapok.
Yeah, my home ground. But then last year when I came here to play against CSK, it was something special. I was feeling the butterflies and everything inside when I entered the dressing room.
There's so many venues there. Like you can't really. It's like Australia. You got pretty much 6 or 7 good venues, but it's hard to choose. Like when you go to India, like for me, when I sit there, I'm like, okay, I love Wankhede, especially if I'm batting at night time and I'm chasing. Like the ball skids on, and then at Hyderabad, the wicket's always good. Now Kolkata as well. Kolkata, the wicket's changed dramatically over the last sort of 3 to 4 years. It's got a bit more green grass on it. It used to be like bare and turn.
Yeah.
But the Chennai wicket now is challenging, very challenging.
Yeah, very challenging, always. And even Hyderabad, for that matter, it was spinning a bit, and then I think from 2016 it started, being really good, isn't it? Initially, I remember Amit Mishra and I don't remember the other spinner. Like there used to be 12 overs of spin.
They just start with spin. I was actually saying to Boovy, we played, I think it was his debut in Chennai. The second innings, there was 93 overs bowled, and only 3 overs were bowled by Ishant, and everything 90 overs was spin. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, very difficult.
That was one of my first tours there. And then I'll just read a couple of questions from here that people who are listening have sent. What did Virat say to you after you got your wicket against Pakistan? Can you tell us?
Nothing. To be honest, I don't even remember what happened at that moment. Like I was just enjoying after getting wicket, and people were like, around me. I don't remember anything. I don't remember even a single word what people told me.
There's a lot of people here saying you got a very nice hairstyle. What are you going for there?
I'm just having a band. I got a band.
Are you growing it like Jadu?
Yeah, I'm trying to go, get it a long hair.
And then there's a couple of questions here saying, not questions, statements. You're looking very cute.
Thank you so much.
There are so many questions here. They come through so fast that like you have to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Yeah.
And then half the questions are in Hindi or Telugu, and I can't understand. I apologize, I can't understand them. Okay, this was one question as well that I asked. Well, I asked Boovy this, but if you were batting, who is the least favorite person you would want to face if you needed like 10 runs off the last over in a World Cup final, 2020 cricket? Can't be an Indian. Can't be Boomerang. Can't be Boovy.
I was about to say that. What would it be?
Stark?
Stark, yeah, just Stark.
And it's at the MCG as well. That's a very, very big. There's a lot of big boundaries.
Massive.
But mate,
I was about to say Pat Cummins, but then I played him, so I've not played Mitchell Stark, so I was about to say Mitchell Stark.
It's the unknown.
It's unknown, yeah.
Mate, that's all the time that we have. I can't thank you enough for coming on here. We've had obviously 4 great guests now, and I've said to the guys up here, just send your requests through who you want to talk to. You were high on the agenda, and I was telling fans the other day that I had to get you on because I interrupted. I don't know if you were doing an interview or if it was just a live cross like we're doing now. And I was sitting in bed and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I'm going to text in here.
Yeah.
But mate, you look after yourself. Thank you very much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it. And keep safe. Keep doing what you have to do to stay safe.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're back out there soon.
Yes, you too. Stay safe and keep doing a lot of TikTok videos so that we can have some fun watching it.
Send some requests through. Thanks,
yeah,
legend.
definitely. See you.
Take care, mate.
Yeah.
Bye.